All right, guys, so today we're going to be looking at a very interesting pair of true wireless earbuds. And the pair that we're going to check out are the Wenkey E1. Now, what makes this pair interesting is it's almost a clone of the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live. Now, when that pair came out, I wasn't really expecting a lot because it's an open air style design, which I'm normally not a huge fan of. But I was surprised I actually really enjoyed them. I thought they sounded great. I thought it was kind of pointless to have noise canceling on them because you were never able to get a really good seal. But I found myself using them more than I thought that I would. And at that time, I thought a lot of other companies would come out with clones or earbuds that were designed almost exactly like them. And that really never happened. So when a subscriber actually pointed out that I should check these out because they're under 30 bucks and they resembled the Galaxy Buds Live, that intrigued me enough to pick these up. And I can definitely say this is very comparable to the Galaxy Buds Live at a much lower price tag. So we're going to talk about some of the things that this pair has to offer. We're going to talk about what comes inside the box and the sound and see why I think these are worth the $27 price tag. So to start with, this is an open air design, which basically means you do not have the silicone ear tips to kind of give you that seal that you get with normal earbuds. But there are a lot of people that just can't use ear tips. They just want to be able to put an earbud in and just kind of have it sit where they can listen to their music and they can still hear their surroundings, and they don't feel, you know, the irritation that some people feel with ear tips, and they don't feel like they're just kind of closed in. Some people just don't like that sound. So this would be very comparable to the audio that you get with a normal pair of AirPods. And again, that's another product that costs a lot more than these do. And as far as any technology that these have, they do have Bluetooth 5.1. They also have 10mm drivers, and open air design earbuds usually have to use larger drivers because they have to make sure that you can hear the audio, especially when it's blending in with a lot of the surroundings around you. Now, they also have bass ducts in here, and they also have air vents. So again, they're trying to alleviate any kind of pressure that you would get with normal earbuds, which we will talk about that a little bit more when we talk about the sound. Now, as far as using these outdoors, this pair is completely waterproof. It comes in at IPX7. So if you're looking for a pair to use at the gym or maybe by the pool or other places that you wouldn't maybe use your more expensive earbuds, this is a surprisingly good alternative to have, and especially for people that are out riding a bike or walking, where maybe you need to hear a little bit more of your surroundings. That is another thing that's beneficial about an open air style design. And then as far as anything that you get inside the box, because this is an open air design, it doesn't come with any kind of ear tips. In fact, the only thing that you get is a USB-C cable. And you are gonna have to use this cable because this pair does not have Qi wireless charging, but in this price range, I wasn't really expecting it to. And speaking of the charging, battery life actually surprised me. I didn't expect to get 8 hours on the earbuds. And with the charging case, you're going to get around 32 hours total. And this pair even has a fast charge feature. So if you do happen to pick the earbuds up and they are dead, a quick 10-minute charge will get you an hour's worth of use. Now, we've definitely seen better quick charging on other pairs, but we've also seen a lot of pairs that don't have fast charging at all. So this is very nice that it's in this pair. And so now moving over to looking at the case and the earbuds. The case actually resemble the style of the earbuds. It's kind of like an oval shape. Now on the back, you can see the USB-C input for charging. And then as far as any kind of indicator lights, you actually have this small little light bar on the front. And then when you open up the lid, you have 2 different indicator lights, and those are giving you the status of the earbuds, where the light on the front is giving you the status of the charging case. So I actually do like this, and I think it's nice that you know that both earbuds are in and that they're charging. But speaking of the earbuds, this is easily one of the most comfortable pairs that I've used out of any earbuds. And again, that's because they just sit in your ear. You don't have to adjust them too much to try to get a good seal. Now, these do go a little bit deeper in your ear canal than a normal pair of AirPods. And what that's doing is giving you better audio. You're able to hear things a little bit better. Again, you're not getting that closed-in feeling, so a lot of people are gonna like that. And then as far as the controls with this pair, they do use touch controls, and I'm happy to say that they give you control over everything. You have your play, your pause, your ability to skip your tracks forward or go backwards, and then you even have volume control, which a lot of companies just don't always include. So that was nice to see that they had this. And then for you guys that do like to use your earbuds for phone calls, these do have 4 microphones total. Now it does have that environmental noise canceling where if you're on a phone call, it's trying to keep a lot of the outside noise away when you're taking that phone call. But the mics on these are not the best. But in this price range, again, I wasn't really expecting these to compare with maybe a pair like the AirPods. But I think for most phone calls, people aren't gonna have any complaints on the other end. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. All right, guys, so here is the mic test using the Winkey E1s. Again, I think it's doing an okay job. Obviously, it does have a digital sound to it, and it's not really picking up bass tones very well, but I still find that things are fairly clear, and I think other people on the other line are going to be able to hear things with no problem. So this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here's the mic test for the crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this just gives you an idea of what it would sound like if you were to take a call. So now let's talk about the sound, because the sound on these definitely share a lot of the same characteristics as other open air style earbuds. And what I mean by that is you're not going to get that subwoofer boomy type bass, because if you don't have a pair that has silicone ear tips to give you that seal, bass is going to just kind of leak out a little bit. Now, they did try to counteract this by bumping up the bass to a point where it is punchy, but it's just not overpowering. And I also feel like they kind of toned the volume down a little bit so that they were able to bump the bass up and not cause any kind of distortion. Because I would listen to these most of the time at max volume. I would still want to bump it up maybe another notch or two, but I think they did this on purpose, again, because they didn't want these to distort, which I never had any issue with. And then surprisingly, the rest of the sound is very rich and very full. It's extremely comparable, again, to the Galaxy Buds Live if they're in dynamic mode. So you can tell that they tried to bump everything up. But again, it still stayed very clean. It stayed clear. Vocalist came through extremely nice. And mixing that with an open air design, it just has this very spacious sound. And you have no issue with being able to tell where sounds are coming from. So that, again, is another benefit to using an open air style design earbud. So really, my only cons with this pair is the fact that I wish the volume could get a little bit louder. Now, again, this would not be my go-to earbuds because I usually have to have a pair that has silicone ear tips. I just feel like that's the best way to experience audio. But again, I do know that there's a lot of people that cannot use these, and then there's just some situations where you may need to hear your surroundings, or maybe just need a pair that's waterproof just to use by the pool, or maybe at the gym, so that you're not using your normal pair of earbuds. So this is an easy pair to recommend. I think they did an excellent job with trying to give you the same experience as the Galaxy Buds Live or the AirPods, but this is basically a stripped down version of those more expensive products at under $30, so it just makes this very easy to recommend. But guys, that's my video on the Winkey E1 True Wireless Earbuds. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.